I recommend watching the movie and then watching this review because I really just give away the whole thing. There is no nighttime. They're in Midsommar where the in Sweden the sun doesn't go down. So here we go. Today, I'm going to talk about Midsommar. It's taken me a while to gather my thoughts fully into some sort of cohesive mass. So, Ari Aster, he also directed Hereditary. If you hadn't seen Hereditary, you should now, right now. I did a video for it already, go watch it. He creates really wonderful family dramas and then injects this insanity, weird, pagan, demon, witchy type of horror into heartache, love, sadness, fear. Regular old people drama. So let's talk a little about the lead character of Dani. Played beautifully by Florence Pugh, who I think is an extraordinary actress. In the first 10-15 minutes, her sister kills herself and her parents in the process, and it creates this sense of, if this happens now, what else could possibly happen to top that? I feel horrible already, and it's only 15 minutes in. Every time she feels any sort of strong emotion, she goes away from people to let it out. Her boyfriend, Christian, is really a terrible boyfriend. And he's not really trying to be a good boyfriend. He stays with her out of cowardice. She goes through the loss of her family. How can you break up with someone right when they lost their entire family? You don't actually feel like he's empathizing with her. He's just giving her sympathy. She's in this horrible place that she's going to have to get out of emotionally and physically. One of her boyfriend's friends, Pele, his family, it's a cult. They're having this festival, the Midsommar Festival, and it's very important, and he's bringing his friends to experience it with him. When she gets there, the first thing they do is take a hallucinogenic drug, which she doesn't want to take, but she doesn't want Christian to feel left out, so she takes it. So she's tripping balls in Sweden on a hillside with a bunch of weirdos that she doesn't know. Her boyfriend's ignoring her, and it's daylight, even though it's 9 o'clock at night. The rest of the journey of the film is her trying to find reality, and what she witnesses in this place is a group of people raising children together, feeling pain together. They try to give all they can, which is exactly what Christian is not doing for Dani. There's so many details that you find your second watch. Everyone says, welcome. So her boyfriend, the two friends, welcome, welcome, welcome. And then they get to Dani and they say, welcome home. Maybe this will be the place that Dani can find peace. This could be her home. In this cult, when you reach the age of 70, I think, you die. Whether you're in good health or not, you die. And you give your name on to whatever newborns happen to come into the cult. So these two people go to the top of a cliff, and they jump off, and it shocks Dani, and it shocks the group of friends that she's with, but they decide to stay anyway. They're studying this group. They're scholars. That doesn't really matter. Her decision ultimately to stay and stick this out, I think, is really what roots in her that eventually she will stay forever. She's ready to sort of let these people into her life. As she becomes more acclimated to the group and accepted into the group, you start to see really lovely little Easter egg flashes of her family. She's with a bunch of group of women. The actresses who play her mom and her sister earlier in the film are among those women. And they sort of float past her. She's looking at this cult as her family now. It's like her mom and her sister are there with her because she now feels accepted. At some point in the film, this cult begins to kill off all of the friends that she's come with. She doesn't know they've been killed yet. She just knows that they've disappeared or left. And it's left down to just her and her boyfriend. She's slowly starting to feel more comfortable, while Christian is slowly starting to feel less comfortable. She wins May Queen. They have a big feast. And at the end of the feast, she's taken away. She has to, plant seeds in the earth or something. And while she's doing that, Christian's off having this weird sex orgy thing. He is sort of drugged and then coerced into a sexual situation that is very, very awkward. I don't know, when she's finished doing the tradition of the May Queen, she comes and she sees that he's having sex with someone. And she's super upset about this, of course. And that's the last straw for Dani. And she goes and lets her emotion out, and all of the other women in the cult surround her and scream with her and cry with her and feel with her and understand her truly. She is breaking up with Christian. And in this movie, what that means is she's going to burn him alive in a bear suit. She decides he's going to be the one to die. And she does it so stoically and so beautifully. And she relishes that moment when she can finally say, I'm through with you. I'm so through with you that you're going to die. The last thing they do as a part of their Midsommar festival is they burn this building with people in it that they have either killed or who have volunteered themselves. It's all very pagan and beautiful, and I'm not going to pretend that I understand the traditions of Swedish cults, but it seems like there's significance in a lot of the imagery. Dani is full of compromises. She's constantly giving in to Christian. She's constantly apologizing to Christian for things that need no apology. You can feel she's desperately clinging on to him because she has nothing else. By the end of the movie, she's gone through a transformation where she's not giving in anymore. She's making decisions and she's saying goodbye and she's ending it with him in the way that she ends it. Ari Aster has said that this is a breakup movie. It's about a breakup. And you get that, obviously. It's a breakup movie as you go through. When I was watching Midsommar in the theater, people were laughing at moments that were not funny. And I think it's because they don't know how to handle their own emotions about what they're watching. Most horror movies are just stab, stab, kill, kill. We all know it's coming, blood, gore, blah. Whereas Ari Aster films are dreadful. I think that that's why his movies are worth watching, and I cannot wait to see what he does next. And if you don't like this movie, at least you can watch it and truly appreciate Florence Pugh's performance because it is extraordinary. So I'm going to rate this movie now. I am going to give Midsommar a 9 out of 10. I watched it a second time around, and I loved it even more than the first time. I'll watch it again, and I'll watch it again, and I'll watch it again. Please like and subscribe. Please comment. Let me know what you thought about Midsommar. Let me know what you thought about Hereditary. Let me know what you think about Ari Aster. If you didn't like it, I'm really interested to hear your reasons. I have totally open ears. I want to know. And if you have any suggestions for what I should review next, please leave a comment. Okay, that's all I got. I'm sorry if I talked too long.